In the world of athletics, injuries are inevitable. There's no magic potion to prevent them from happening. And in a school of over 800 athletes, the probability of more than one athlete being injured at one time is high. Providing resources to aid those injured athletes is essential to ensuring they return to play in a proper and safe time frame. And Orange Lutheran is leading the way with resources rarely found at the high school level, the first and foremost being 3 full-time athletic trainers.
My name is Ryan Lisk, head athletic trainer at Orange Lutheran High School.
Javon Hetland, assistant athletic trainer.
My name is Karen Zieger.
Having 3 full-time athletic trainers on campus throughout the entire day is a major resource.
The biggest asset that we have at Orange Lutheran for athletic training is the fact that we have 3 full-time athletic trainers on staff.
It means that we're available at all times for all athletes.
It helps them build relationships and ultimately gain trust.
If an athlete doesn't trust us and think that we can't help them, then they're not going to tell us what is going on in their injury. Letting them feel warm and safe and welcome is a huge thing of what we do.
In 2014, Orange Lutheran also opened up a brand new state-of-the-art athletics training facility, which has been a huge benefit.
We've molded it to be very functional for the high school setting. We have 4 treatment tables, 5 taping stations. We have cardio equipment from treadmill, elliptical, rowing machine, bicycle, all of those things we have the space for.
It's a privilege for athletes to be able to come in here and have such a great space to use with top-of-the-line rehab equipment, top-of-the-line whirlpool. It's really opened up our hands as athletic trainers as more resources.
And not least of all, the relationship between the athletic trainers and the sports performance coaches is in unison.
We actually collaborate a lot with the strength and conditioning staff with Coach Galloway and Coach Morales. They play a key role in the prevention of injuries here.
If an athlete is in the weight room and they're worried that, they just did something wrong and now their back is suddenly starting to hurt, well, coach brings them in here. We were doing this lift and as soon as they put the weight down, they said, I felt a pinch here. Okay, let's take a look at you. We appreciate when they come to us and they appreciate when we go to them. It has to be a team effort.
All 3 of these assets allows Orange Lutheran's athletic trainers to complete their main goal.
Our goal is to get the athletes and keep the athletes as healthy as possible.
However, injuries will never be fully prevented, and that is where their expertise comes in. Lisk, Zieger, and Hetland are all certified athletic trainers, and each of them has their master's degree. Their proficiency in their field grants them the ability to understand how to diagnose and rehab an injury and then return that athlete to full strength and back to their team. It is the return to play process.
Return to play is returning the athlete to their position on the field, returning them to practice, returning them to game status.
The first step in the return to play process is correctly diagnosing the injury.
First things first, what's your name? How old are you? What sport do you play? Then go into getting a history. What were you doing at practice? Then we sit them down and then we start to feel around. So we'll go to what we call palpation. Do you have pain back here? And there's an order of things that we go in.
After evaluation, step 2 is rehab. And once rehab is complete, the athletic trainers will begin to integrate the athletes slowly back into their sport.
Day 1, we'll say, okay, let's do some light jogging. If they're a soccer player, maybe do some light passing. Okay, how do you feel? Do that a couple days. The next step, okay, let's increase your jogging speed. Maybe go like 70% and do non-contact. So you can do all the drills, but nothing that's gonna contact with another person.
Once rehab is complete, it is on to step 3, which is can you return to play? The determining factor is functionality.
Ultimately, we base all of our return to play criteria on functionality. For example, if a football player comes limping off the field and he's sitting there saying, I'm ready to go, coach, I'm ready to go. Well, all right, can you do a squat? Can you do a jumping jack? Can you run 5 yards, turn around and cut? Functionally, you were able to do those things, and functionally testing them is the key to that.
Why functionality over experiencing pain?
More often than not, pain is not a good indicator when it comes to high school athletics because one person's pain level is going to be different from the next.
Being an athlete, you're going to get injured and you're also going to be sore. That's where that term functionality really comes into play. Are you 100% and sore, or are you like 90% in pain?
It is vital that athletes understand that returning to play is a gradual process.
It's really important to do gradual return to play because you never want to go 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And it's frustrating as an athlete to understand that, but it's also our job as athletic trainers to communicate to them, hey, you're doing really, really well, but we also want you to ease into it.
There is also a common misconception that athletic trainers are the bad guys and they just want the athlete to sit out. It is actually the complete opposite. They take the precautions they do to further prevent future injury, and because they care.
We want to help them so that they can be safe to continue to go on. 9 times out of 10, they can still participate with an injury or a soreness or something going on, but maybe in just a limited way.
In the end, the Orange Lutheran athletic trainers are able to do what they do because of something Orange Lutheran in general does best with their kids: build relationships.
At the end of the day, what separates Orange Lutheran athletic training from everywhere else is just the relationships and meeting kids where they are.